Hello and welcome to the first video film review for Anonymix. Today I will be reviewing a Netflix original called Imperial Dreams. This film is one of my favourite Netflix originals. Why are we reviewing a Netflix original, you ask? Well, for one, the cinema is so expensive these days. It's like £10.80 to watch one film, and Netflix is £6 a month to watch as many as you want. For two, if you're a student, which I'm guessing a lot of you are, you don't want to be listening to a film review for a film you can't afford to go and watch. So that's also why we're doing a Netflix original film review. And thirdly, Netflix originals are really good and they're underrated, so yeah. So, what is the film about? Well, the film is about a young criminal coming out of prison after serving time for an assault with a deadly weapon. All he wants to do is care for his son and write to help other kids that are growing up in the ghetto. However, poverty, family and the flawed system get in his way. The film takes us through the journey of him and his son trying to live a normal life. So let's look at the cons first. The first thing I thought was that character introductions weren't very good. Let's take Uncle Shrimp for example. I wasn't sure whether we should like him or dislike him. It felt as if he needed to be intimidating, but at first he wasn't. Obviously, as the film progresses, you understand that he is meant to be feared of. The second character I'll say that about also is Wayne, Bambi's brother. I wasn't sure what relationship they had, whether they liked each other, whether they had a good childhood together. I mean, when they see each other, it's all love because obviously they haven't seen each other in such a long time, but I didn't know who he was, what character he was supposed to be, and again, it took a long time for this to progress. I feel like the director, Malik Patel, did this purposely though. I felt like it showed how long Bambi had been away because it's not showing us the relationship they had previously because he's been away for so long. Obviously things have changed. The second thing I'll say is that there is some pointless scenes in there. It takes a long time for the story to progress. So there's a scene with a homeless man I thought was pretty pointless. He comes up again and I felt like you only need that second time when he's shown. You only needed the time when he was actually helping Bambi out. We didn't really need the first scene with him in. There's a second scene again with some police officers and they pull him over, him and his brother Wayne, and I thought that was pretty pointless too. It doesn't make the story progress any further. It isn't an enigma code. It didn't really make anything towards the story. And the last thing I'll say is I expected more from the ending. So we go through this journey with Bambi and his son and how they're going to begin life again, and it seems they get somewhere with some hurdles, they get somewhere with beginning life again. But you expected more of a happy ending, but at the same time the mundaneness of the film made it feel like this is real life, so you know, what happens is what happens. In real life there's not always a happy ending, so. But it was just a bit of a shame that that's all that happened, and it was a bit like the film ended and you expected more from it. So like I said, I really enjoyed the film, so let's look at the pros. So like I said, the mundaneness of the film gives a sense of realism, and this goes to the camera work as well, because the camera work was so good. It was shaky in parts, there was some angles that gave it a sense of realism. It made it feel like we were just the spectators watching him going through this journey. It was like as if we were with him, sort of thing. So I thought that was really good. Another thing that I really liked whilst Bambi was writing his book in the film is this music over the top. There's one piece of music that plays when he's writing things down, and I felt like this made us feel like we were in his world. It's as if the music's making us feel the way he feels, so we feel a sense of connection with him, and I thought the director did this really well by doing that. Again, I thought it was really realistic, the fact that he never really goes anywhere. He just he's just in the same neighbourhood all the time, and all these different events are happening in the same neighbourhood, and it just feels as if this is his whole world. Even though it's only one setting we see throughout, it's his whole entire world, and I felt that this was a really good depiction of what it'd be like living in the ghetto, as in there's no escape. It's a prison within itself, which I felt like that was a continuous theme running throughout the film anyway. I felt like the whole thing throughout was really realistic. I felt like this could be happening to a real person out there, somebody that has come out of prison and is just trying to get back to normal life. And yeah, it kind of makes you think about it after, which I feel like that's what films should make you do. They should make you feel like this has happened and it's real. I really liked the length of the film. I thought it was short and snappy and cut to the chase, no messing around, except for obviously the pointless the scenes that I said. If I was to give this film a rating, I would definitely give it a 5-star. Even though it's got all these things that could be improved, I feel like it still deserves the 5 stars for the acting and the camera work, and especially the touching storyline. Okay, so thank you for listening to the review today. Make sure to follow at Twitter and Instagram at Anonymix. Also keep up to date with all the latest music, fashion, film, politics and real life by tapping in anonymix9.wixsite.com.